I've never drawn so much blood in my life.
As a character designer, when we first get the script, we each get assigned a few different characters to kind of get some ideas out.
And you know, you always start with your front three-quarter.
When the designers are designing the designs, and then I look over them and I look at the notes to see if there's any notes. If they're good to go, then they go to the art director.
Once that guy gets approved, then you build it out into this whole entire turn, and then hopefully everything lines up.
Citizens of Dragon, a slut dragon has escaped.
The character that's gone through the most revisions, it had to have been Wasp Rick.
The man? What? What the
There was just a lot of versions of dragons.
We like it down here because we can woolly mammoths.
I got one that was just like dragon covered in shit, and I was just like, oh, so you want like a dragon covered in feces? And so I started doing that, and someone came around like, what are you doing? And they're like, no, we just meant like ornaments and like weird stuff all on him. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can't tell with this show.
There's lots of drawing guts and dismembered body parts as well.
You can't really have a favorite character on this show because chances are they're gonna die.
I've actually taught myself not to like get so attached to characters.
Seems like everybody's dying at some point, including Rick and Morty.
Jesus Christ! I die a million times?
The death crystals, we had to draw at least 140 deaths.
Blood, bones, spewing broken legs.
It's hilarious.
There are no bounds to death, I've found. There's a lot of violence that we can get away with.
There's no other show quite like it. I find some humor in violence, I have to admit.
No, but when you've painted blood, like, day after day for like a week, it's pretty, like, there's a sickness inside of you. It starts building. It's terrible.
Like, my nightmare would be like a table in perspective with a bunch of hats on it falling over. Like, that would just be the worst week of my life. Hi, my name is Brent Knoll, and I'm the lead prop designer for Rick and Morty. We got some spaceships, and anything that has to move that's not a character. So like a spaceship, or a vehicle, or even like food, or even just a magazine the character holds. The biggest and most important prop in Rick and Morty is the UFO, which is Rick's spaceship. Originally, we had decided that Rick was gonna make a lot of stuff out of garbage, which is why there are the 2 trash cans on the side that actually power the thing.
What do you think of this flying vehicle, Morty? I built it out of stuff I found in the garage. Yeah, Rick, it's great.
Usually we get a script first. There's a description of a device. At that point, I might do some initial sketches and submit them to the art director. The art director will then choose his favorites, and then that will go to Justin. When you submit like 10 designs, they'll always pick the most intense ones.
So, I mean, usually like here's 10 choices and it's like, oh, this one's great, done.
And sometimes Justin has really specific notes on certain props.
You're right, it's mostly props. Props get the most notes from me, I think. The kid in me is sort of thinking about like, what would be something if I was a kid that I would fucking want to be a toy.
I consider what I do and the type of artist I am to be more like an engineer, so I like very rigid things that have solid construction, that have hinges. So things that are really difficult for me are like cakes exploding or like clothes folding, or like that ends up being the most punishing. Sometimes we also do very simple and silly things like the plumbus.
Plumbuses. Everyone has a plumbus in their home.
Dan O'Connor sketched out this kind of gross device that you couldn't really tell exactly what it was, but it looked really phallic.
You know, really, like the plumbus, the design of that is actually, it's based on a banjo. The front of the plumbus is like those bristles. That's like inspired by Jeff Goldblum's hairs in the back of his back in The Fly, and then the top is just like genitalia, because everything has to have genitalia.
The plumbus was one take. It came out perfect the first time, like all good props.
I always wondered how plumbuses got made.
The prop team is incredible. I mean, those guys are pretty much capable of just about anything.
Favorite part of the job has got to be just drawing spaceships. Like that's my reason to live, and it's always the most rewarding. And then typically like everything explodes in Rick and Morty, so finally like destroying your own creation. So that's my super fun life.
Words can't really describe how I felt when I first heard Snake Jazz. It was lightning in a bottle.
Elder pulled it off. He did the impossible.
What you're hearing is a snake who is so used to that snake life, which is so gritty and just like, hey man, what if that forked tongue was for chillin'? Snake jazz is the best jazz in the galaxy.
Play snake jazz.
So snake jazz is jazzy. I wouldn't call it jazz. I'm Ryan Elder. I'm the composer for Rick and Morty, and I am responsible for snake jazz. I got sort of a temp reference track, which is really just someone going
Morty, you hear that? Listen.
Then at that point, I sort of recreated that sound using the sounds of actual snakes. Cobra. Yeah, this is totally great. We can use this for sure. Looks like it's about 140 BPM. I want to try to add that bull snake sound in just on the fly here. Cool, yeah, so that has like a nice kind of an ending sound there. And I could actually use that throughout to give it a little extra snakeness. Another thing I want to do is I want to add reverb to it, which is just like an echo kind of, so it sounds like they're all hissing and rattling in the same room like they're a band on stage or something. So
there's a reason why snake jazz is so infectious.
I've only listened to Snake Jazz since, and I think that everybody in the world is going to be talking about it when they finally hear it.
Elder pulled it off, and it's really impressive to see that kind of dedication and hard work. It just takes courage. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only word I can think of is courage. Remember that show Courage, the Cowardly Dog?
Hey, are you tired of real doors?
The second I heard fake doors, I'm like, I'm taking that one. I just had to draw it.
Check this out. Won't open. Won't open.
And this is when you're directing, you get director's privilege.
When I got the script for the premiere, I was just like, oh, this is great. I want to take one of these with Nazi Morty.
It's easy to forget that animation is directed, because you don't see like Time magazine covers with like a guy with a baseball cap and a pen.
In animation directing, you don't have the benefit of having actors or a crew. It's all up to you to convey that through a visual medium, which is drawing.
Directing for animation, you need to create the entire physical performance yourself.
Usually you can just kind of get up, walk around, and perform it while you're doing it.
I find myself acting at my desk a little bit, moving my hands and like, blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, maybe she should move her eyebrow like this instead.
Every artist brings a little bit of themselves into each character. Since I've had Rick for so long, since the pilot, I feel a lot of myself gets translated into it. Like a lot of his like cynicism and sarcasm, and just like how he doesn't give a f about a lot of things.
Temples for f***ing lame baby dipshits.
We live and die by our directors. They are in charge of every frame visually.
Come on, flip the pickle, Morty. You're not gonna regret it.
I directed Pickle Rick. I got the script and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so fun.
Boom! Big reveal, I'm a pickle.
I did that actually like on vacation in Yosemite by firelight. I just thumbnailed the whole thing on pencil and paper. It was really old school, and then I brought it in and laid it out for the team.
You kind of go from an artist drawing alone in a cubicle to suddenly managing a team of artists, and you don't learn to draw by being the most social or organized person.
Organization is so crucial because you're working with a lot of different files and versions of those files and new scripts that are coming in, rewrites, and you just have so much to keep track of.
For me, directing is more about kind of refining ideas, and it's kind of like being a chef, you know. Oh, this needs a little bit more spice, this needs a little bit more, you know, sweetness.
Morty, would you please accompany me to Forbodulon Prime for death crystals?
Well, thank you for asking.
The most challenging thing is making a choice and sticking to it if you're confident that it works. And that's really what a Rick and Morty episode requires, even if it's gonna bite you later and you're gonna have to change it.
They could probably be working somewhere easier for more pay. I don't want to spread that around if they don't know.
That episode presented its own challenge. I'm gonna say challenges. My name's David Marshall. I'm the technical director on Rick and Morty, have been since first season. Over the years, the show's become more and more cinematic. You look at that first season, you got very locked down cameras, you know, very simple, mostly people just talking to each other.
Ow, you're tugging me too hard.
This year, we've now tripled our volume.
We pushed over 900 assets for this one episode, which in animation terms is not something that is normally done.
Crowd scenes are just impossible to animate.
A lot of people worked really hard to achieve that.
Sometimes the pain is worth the effort.
This season, we're doing lots of crazy camera moves. There's a shot, you know, coming up in one of the episodes. It's this huge, you know, Game of Thrones, big armies and stuff all marching toward, I'm not gonna give too much away, but when I read the script, I was a little worried.
The end result always comes through and always looks amazing.
Rick and Morty is a vector-based puppet show. Each of the characters here are broken up into a million little pieces. And that means each individual piece of a character that you're seeing is something that's been drawn, and then as you animate, you're popping from symbol to symbol. To animate quadrupeds, you know, something with 4 limbs.
You have to be constantly kind of accounting for every aspect of an animal's movement, and that was a particular challenge. There's a dragon and there's a cat.
That puppet, that dragon puppet, has to be good. Like the neck has to be able to express things, go in and out in 3D depth. You need it to have weight. You don't want it entering a scene with casual animation. It can get tricky. And those are all decisions that need to be made quickly because of the pace of production. It wouldn't be the show if we weren't, you know, working straight up to the deadline. Yeah.
The character of Rick is a very high-functioning alcoholic. In episode 304, we need to see him get especially drunk. So I encourage Justin to method act.
First thing I told him was don't have tequila. And then of course he had tequila. And liquor just adds a whole new aspect to Justin.
I understand things got a little creative.
How many shots is the right amount of shots for drunk Rick? This is my 4th shot. I'm definitely probably gonna be in the pocket after this.
Oh, this little baby guy. I'm gonna tell you where to stick it. Because...
Got it.
See, that sounds too sober.
No, it doesn't. It sounds great.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
137.
I hear a bunch of screaming demons. Is that just me? My lips are chapped. Who's got chapstick? Here to explain is a little bobo boo.
Can you try to read this one on script?
Man, fuck you. Jesus Christ. What happens when we die? What happens when we all die? Do you guys worry about that shit at night? All right, forget it. Forget me. I'm drunk. Shit. I'm gonna need another shot to do this fucking...
Don't take it.
Don't
Then
take
you're gonna
it.
Be sick.
What are you talking about, man?
Wait till
Mike
like
knows.
halfway through.
You mean wait till
So
Mike?
you know you get a little extra boost.
Man, get the fuck out of here, kid. Hopefully whoever we elect as the next prezzo won't disallow my ability to get a gun and kill my fucking self.
Let's get some lines.
I've got 3 things I have to do. Number 1 thing of my 3-list thing is...
Oh my god.
Here to explain this little baby princess. Whoa, 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 whoa!
I've been working on this show since season 1, and this is by far the least productive and messiest record day we've ever had. So, thanks a lot, Harmon.
Oh. Can you hear it? It's a tiny violin. Oh, did you have to wrangle Justin for the performance of a lifetime?
All right, Dan wanted me to get drunk to do the drunk Rick lines. Yeah, you know, it gets less painful the drunker you are. Oh, wait. I'm super drunk. I'm about to record. Will you text me back and let me know if I sound drunk to you? Do I sound drunk right now? Text me back. Talk to you soon. This could be where I puke.
If you guys are watching this, you're the Vindicators, and where was I?
Oh shit. The alcohol is cutting through my ability to fucking act.
It doesn't have to be on script. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't know, World Ender. Why? I don't know, World Ender. Why? I don't know, World Ender. Why?
Wait, hold on.
I don't know, World Ender. Why?
That's not good either. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I almost threw up there.
I'm gonna fucking...
I can't say fuck that much.
We'll just bleep it.
Isn't that fucking weird that we can say fuck as much as we want, but then if we want to say asshole or shit, it's like fucking count your pennies, bro. Count your pennies. Now you guys are realizing why this fucking method acting shit that Harmon wanted to do is a bad idea. Because we're such fragile creatures, the human race, or just any living thing. Everything, every living thing is a fucking delicate... It's just like one punch away from like finding out what happens after you die. Fucking God, it's crippling the fucking our mortality. We're fucked. We're all gonna die. Don't you understand?
Line 190.
Aloha! If there's any stragglers in the last room, tell them to get out over here. Get over here, quick, because that last room's filling up with poison, rats, and gas.
You guys are teaching me a very dangerous lesson that I don't need to be sober to record the voices. I'm gonna just get fucking sick drunk every fucking episode from now on.
They say aloha means hello and goodbye, but the theme of this Hawaii has nothing to do with this puzzle.
The theme of this Hawaii. One more time. I have to need another shot. Just kidding. Joking. This is gonna be the fucking whiz kid take. I'm a whiz kid. This is the whiz kid take. I'm just a whiz kid.
He drinking fucking particle shit. He drinking particle thing. I don't care. I'm going home.
Got it.
Wait, let me see if I can do Morty's voice after that. Oh jeez, Rick, Sun Yi's coming. I can't do this voice anymore. I need at least a week rest of voice. Suck my big fat butthole.